So welcome again to my journey. Yes, as you know, I love to travel, and I love to travel light. I usually travel only with my hand luggage on me, and I still love to take photos while I'm traveling. So I need a camera, and I need a small camera when I'm traveling very far to remote places. Since I am a tropical ecologist, I have to travel to countries that sometimes are a bit difficult, and I love to take photos there of the places and the people. And so I go there for conferences or for things that are related to my work as a biologist, but I still take my time to do street photography. Now, the places where I have to go are often very wet and humid, and there are bumpy roads, there are dangerous cities like in Brazil or in Colombia or in South Africa. I've been to Zambia, to wherever, to Tanzania and to Indonesia, to Malaysia. And I often travel alone as a woman, and I walk the cities alone. I always take care. I ask if it's dangerous to leave the place where I'm staying. So I ask the taxi driver who takes me from the airport to the hotel already. Then I ask at the reception desk, I ask everybody that I can find if it's safe for a white woman like me to walk around with a camera. And if they say no, then I respect that. But if they say, yeah, maybe at certain times of the day you can walk and then you go to this place or not to that place, then I respect that as well. And I always have my small camera with me. I have several small cameras which I love, and each one has a special thing that is appropriate for a special place where I'm going. So sometimes I need one which is really good in wet environments, and sometimes I prefer to have a good quality, and I take my little more expensive one. But I always use old cameras, so you see my gear here is pretty old. There's nothing really modern and new, just because one day they will be broken, they will fall in the mud, they will get stolen, they will get lost, whatever. So I'm traveling light also with my heart, because I use an old camera, which if it falls to the ground or if it gets stolen, my heart will not be broken. Well, as you can see, I love small cameras, and I have several of them. The one I used the most was this little tiny CyberShot camera, which just slides open. It doesn't have many features, but the nice thing is it fits in my hand, so I can hide it when I walk, for example, through Rio or other cities which are a bit dangerous. I can just put it in my hand and hide it. Now, I do have big hands, but it's still a really small camera. And the second that I really love is my Ricoh. I just said I smashed it, so this one is gone. But it's still my favorite in terms of quality. It's fantastic, especially for street photography, because it's so fast. Then this one, I use it for underwater photos. It's fantastic below water, or if you go rafting and you want to have some effects, this one is really good. This one is waterproof as well. You can take it below water, but this one is a lot better. So since I smashed my Ricoh, I'm using an old Sony that I have, which is nice because it has a lot of features. It has a viewfinder, which you can take out, and it has a zoom, which are things that the Ricoh doesn't have, and it has this. So it's great for street photography, but it's not really fast. So my favorite still remains the Ricoh. But anyway, as you can see, I have loads of cameras and I love them all. So each of these cameras has its own purpose, and it depends on several things why I choose one or the other. As I said before, whenever I can, I use the small Ricoh because it is such a high quality, but then it's also something a bit more expensive, and so sometimes I take another one which is older or just not as expensive, or I take the Sony, which is also expensive but has all these features with a zoom and the reclinable viewfinder and all. So this these are features that can help me because in certain places I might need a zoom more than in others. So I think you can also find your camera, which is best for you, depending on where you travel. And why not have several small cameras? I'm not in favor of changing camera all the time, but once I buy one, I really use it, and then I find another one which may be more useful for another purpose, and I keep them for several years, and I keep on using them. So I try not to waste stuff too much, and I love to buy something new, but I try also not to buy too much stuff. And I just enjoy my travels when I'm light-hearted and light-weighted with my baggage.
'Cause you make me feel like I can fly. You make me feel like I